Hey everybody, it's JLantis here and welcome back to another episode of JCHAT where I'm reporting live. So this episode is quite impromptu actually because the photos were just dropped out of the blue from the Disney Toys Facebook page on the live action limited edition Beauty and the Beast doll. So I am so excited. I have been waiting for them to see the actual official photos and I have been listening to the soundtrack non-stop since yesterday. Alright, so let's get started. So in this video I will give you a skim through of their details and also give you my first thought and initial impression on them. So this is not a full review because I don't have the dolls with me, so it will be unfair to completely make a judgment about them, but still we're gonna look through their photos. Alright, so we're gonna start out with the yellow doll. So she is limited edition size of 5.5 thousand dolls worldwide, so that's kind of an odd number. They always do solid numbers before, like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, but Disney have been keen to do a lot of little point thingies nowadays. So she will retail for $130 in the US and £100 in the UK, with $1,400 being available in the Europe, and the rest will be on the US site. So I gotta say a little something here because always a lot of collectors from Europe complain the fact that they get so little dolls, and I agree that sometimes it's too little, so they always have trouble getting them online. But at the same time, the US gets more because the US site caters to the rest of the world, while the European sites cater to the European nations only. So like a non-American or a non-European wants to buy these dolls, you have to go to the US site as it caters and ships to the rest of the world, so it's kind of understandable why the US site gets more. Alright, so let's take a look at her details from top to bottom. So first up, the hairline. I still think it's the same mask and wig thing from the 12-inch doll. I don't think it looks rooted at all, because if they have rooted it, you can obviously will be able to see the hairline here and here, and I think they're doing a little bit of photoshopping here that kind of failed. I don't know what they're trying to cover, but I still think it's the wig thing. And the hair seems to be essentially the same as the classic, not a classic doll, but the 12-inch film collection dolls. Style the same, pretty much actually. And for her face, let's take a look at her face. So I do think her face is better from the film collection doll. I think the way it's painted is different. Of course, the rooted eyelashes help a lot as well, but I think the sculpt is still the same to me. It looks pretty much the same, and I was hoping she was gonna get actual earrings, but I don't see an actual earring. It looks painted. That's kind of unfortunate, but I really overall love the expression of her face. It's quite gentle, and I really love that dazed look of looking to her side. So I like it. I mean, I'm not over the moon like, oh my god, I love it, but still, I like it. It looks like Emma, and she's cute. Alright, so moving on to her body. Well, it sounded wrong. We're moving on to her dress. So she has her necklace. Another disappointing thing for me, I thought it was gonna be chain, because this is a limited edition doll. They can put chain, like a little chain necklace if they wanted to. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what it is in the movie, but yeah, I would love to see chains here instead. She has her pendant right here. The pendant is more side appropriate now because on this film collection doll it looks too big, but I really love the side is more appropriate on the 17-inch doll. Alright, moving on to her bodice. So her bodice, again, the structure overall, everything is essentially the same as the film collection doll. The way it's, tailored and sewn together. She has the little piece here, and yeah, it's essentially the same actually. And I wanted this little piece to be longer because in some of the photos, this little point goes way deeper. And look at her hands. They've been trying to do a lot of photoshopping, like they're trying to get rid of the joints, but they're not doing properly. Come on, Disney Store. I even edit out my joints better than that. Alright, now moving on to her skirt. So her skirt is, again, it's not accurate to the movie. You may have heard before, but they were essentially two dresses, like the dress that Emma wore in the promotional photos, where the style is this one with the layers starting at the bottom. And also a different version she wears in the movie where the layer starts way up here and just cascades down. So it has the old design, but I love the fabric. It looks quite shiny, so I can't wait to feel the fabric in person. I think it's gonna be really soft and really shiny. I like that. So the patterns are embroidered here, so that's quite beautiful, I have to admit. I could have done without the gems, but at the same time, I could understand people's complaints that we'll get if they don't have gems on a limited edition doll, so I like that it gives a little sparkle to her dress. And moving down, she just have the rest of her layers, and I think the shoe is going to be pretty much the same as the 12-inch one, just a little bit more detail. Alright, so that is the yellow doll. So now let's move on to the Grail, which is the platinum set. Limited edition of 500 worldwide, and now European collectors, you can be happy. They're going 300 is going to Europe, so that's quite a lot, and only 200 will be available on the US site. So they will retail for £500 for the Europe and $750 for the US site. So it's featuring the prince and Belle in their celebration outfits, presumably wearing at the end of the film. So they keep saying celebration, so I don't think it's gonna be a wedding dress technically. It's just like a fancy dress they wear after the curse is broken and probably dance around in it. So, alright, so we're gonna look at the prince first. Okay, he looks quite dapper. Alright, let's look at the face. So I still think the prince also have the two-piece wig and mask thing, because you can even see the little gap of the mask and the wig meeting. So that's quite unfortunate. But that being said, I really love her hair. Not hair, his hair. They gave him actual rooted hair, even these side curls from that French period. I really like that, and I think he has quite long hair as well. Kind of looks a little creepy the way he's smiling. And like I said, this angle is not the most flattering for him. But moving on to his outfit, I love his cravat here and his I love blue. You guys know blue is my favorite color, so I am living for this outfit. It's just so beautiful. It's based on his outfit from the poster, if you have seen it, and I just love the silver embroidery and threading here, and that is this called brocade, that design of the little velvety patterns here. I like it so much, and I love the buttons here. And of course you have his ruffles, and I'm sure the ruffles is an actual shirt piece underneath and not just like stuck here. And he has his painted on rings. I like his pants too, the patterns, the little lines here. And I think his buttons are like little jewels here. And he has socks and his shoes. I really like him actually. He looks quite good for a male doll. Only that gap is really quite bothering me. Alright, so that is the prince as Dan Stevens. Wait, no, Dan Stevens as the prince. Alright, now let's move on to Belle herself. I feel like such an hypocrite. I complain when the forehead is big, I complain when the forehead is small, but she looks kinda off to me. Maybe it's just the angle, but the way the hairline and this face is a little odd for me, so maybe I just hope it's the angle and she looks much better in person. But still, let's talk about her design. So she has her bun, and I love the braided bun at the back here, all the braided details and her little flowers, and I love the fact that only the top part is split and the rest is just like taken to the back. Again, I think this is a two-piece mask and wig situation happening here as well, and I think her expression is essentially the same as the yellow doll. And that being said, the face paint is obviously much better than the 12-inch film collection dolls, especially the freckles. They look more natural than just like random specks on her face, so I like that. Now let's move on to her dress. So her dress is beautiful. You guys may have already seen the pictures of the dress circulating online, and of course from the Toys R Us set as well. I just love the flowers on her dress and the little gems. I like the gems that are tiny, so it doesn't overpowers the simplicity and the beautiful softness of her dress. And I love the pleats. And moving on to her shoes, I love her shoes so much. Look at that. I am a sucker for all things pastels and soft colors, so these pearls, the pearly white tone, and the pink and the green. Oh, I love her shoes so much. I think it's the same sculpt and design as the yellow doll's shoe, just painted differently, but I love it so much. Now for the length of her dress, I'm not sure why this length is here, because I haven't seen the movie, so I don't really know how long the dress is in the movie, so I can't really, comment on that, but I would have loved for the dress to be just floor length, and, that would be more glamorous than this, but this is still cute. It's more kind of modern, fancy, like a cocktail kind of dress. Let's dance, Princey Pooh. Alright, so yeah, those are my initial thoughts and reaction on these dolls. So I will probably be getting the yellow doll. I haven't really decided on the platinum set, mostly because $700 is quite a lot, so you have to think about it. But I'm definitely getting the yellow doll, so I can't wait to do an actual review on her. Let me know what you guys think of them in the comments below. Will you be getting them? What are your initial reactions? Sound off in the comments below. But again, keep it civil, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye!